Greetings, beloved Neocoma. This is part 3 to conscious courting, the final part. So conscious courting is one of the Super 7 Acoma soulmate skills that we talk about for your relationship, right? One of the core 7 skills. Conscious courting is relevant for single and couple people. So, and couples, single people and couples, pardon me. So you can go back and watch part 1 where we talk about the 7 elements of conscious courting. Then in part 2, we had a specific message for men, women, and couples, helping you to understand the usefulness of courting. But this message is specifically for brothers, because it is important to note and accept, men and women, that men are leading the direction in relationships, especially when it comes to courting. We don't want to be in a situation where women are pursuing men. So in the 7 elements of conscious courting, we said the second element was to pursue and position. So if you're a man, you're pursuing your ideal mate. If you're a woman, you're positioning yourself to select or choose. After a man has chosen you, you select him or you deselect him, right? So, but this is specifically to the men, and I'll be brief and say that, brother, if you out there and you're feeling like you're overwhelmed or you're not able to find your divine complement, you're in a position where you're not confident that today's black woman is somebody that you can deal with, well, I want to rest assured that yes, you absolutely can deal with her. Despite the media, despite the negative imagery about the black woman, she's the greatest woman on earth, as we know. And we got to manage some things to help us consciously court, but we got to lead the way. You know, when you look at a wedding ceremony, many people believe falsely that the modern wedding ceremony is a 100% European conception, and it absolutely is not. We talk about it in the Acoma Day book, that the wedding ceremony was 100% started by Africans. And although there are some nuances that are different than what we see in modern day, there is an element of it that still holds true. And that is this: when you come to the actual ceremony, you see the friends and family present, you see the priest or priestess that is going to perform the ceremony, that is going to lead the ceremony. And then the first person to come out is the groom, is the man, is the soon-to-be husband. Why? We overlook that sometimes and focus on the grandiose interests of the bride, her entrance being this important thing. But there is a reason why the man is coming out first, because he is laying the foundation. That aisle that he walks down is the journey that this married couple will travel symbolically. And so he's going first. And that's my message. Men, you got to go first, bro. You can't wait until a woman matches you in everything you do. That's actually out of order. The order is the man goes first. But the true reason that men are having a problem going first is that we're stuck in a perpetual adolescence, right? This educational system, and more importantly, this assault system that is happening to black men, it arrests their development. And so what you have is, emotionally, psychologically, you have men who are not prepared to naturally mature into leadership. And the ultimate leadership is wife, family, nationhood. And business is a part of that. So what a lot of people default to is business. Well, I'm going to get the bag, or I'm a professional athlete or a professional entertainer or whatever. I just saw a national story yesterday talking about David Banner, saying that he's 50 years old and now he's ready to get married. Now, we marry couples, and I see this kind of stuff a lot. I see a lot of increasingly, I see a lot of 35-year-old, 45, and 50 plus. In fact, the oldest person that ever reached out to us about potentially marrying them was 70 years old. And he was having his first marriage. Excuse me. The woman he was marrying was a little bit older than him. And she was on her second marriage. But she made marriage a requirement before they had sex. So we said we would love to marry them, but you got to go through our premarital package before we will ever perform a ceremony. We're not just officiants for hire. And he was like, I can't wait because I'm ready to have sex. This is a 70-year-old man now I'm talking about. And it really puts into context the point that I'm making. We're in an arrested development, so we are very much behind. And it's not an attack on men. I understand the psychological damage and effects that have happened to us, but we have to collectively say and agree and accept and move to change the fact that we are arrested in our development. And so we're behind. We're not where we're supposed to be. And the greatest proof of the fact that black men are not where they're supposed to be is our women and children, which is bringing me to the point. If you are going to court a woman, you got to go first. You have to have the vision, bro. And you can become what I call a master P, where you have 7 Ps. Your life has purpose. You actually have principles. You have a plan. You have passionate productivity. And then you are a provider, a protector, and a prophesier, showing the woman the vision of what you and her and the children will become, whether you're blending families or whether you're creating your own. When the two of you come together, everybody should increase. And you got to have at least a vision. You don't have to have your plan mapped out to the minute detail, because life is dynamic and things are going to come up. But you got to have a working plan, the same way you do in your pursuit of athleticism or entertainment or whatever it is that you're pursuing, bro. You got to get off of this childish adolescence. I see more brothers making mixtapes, playing in D leagues, or doing all of these things that are in and of themselves not bad. They're coaching sports. That's great. In and of themselves, those are not bad things. But when there isn't a balance of equal energy put into nation building and family, then your priority is out of order. Nothing is more important than us retrieving our black women and grounding our children, supporting her and grounding our children, and us creating parental coalitions so that we can build nationhood and overcome this system that is on its last leg, begging for us to knock it over. But we plan, and we scared because we have negative beliefs. And so our beliefs about marriage, our beliefs about black women. I had a client say to me recently, she was doing a package with us. She's actually a therapist herself. And she was doing a package with us, and we were working on conscious courting. We did a 3-package session on conscious courting. And we gave her all the stuff that I laid out in all of these parts in specific detail. And so we were talking about what she talks about when she first meets men. And she said, one of the questions that I always ask men, what are all your beliefs about black women? Give me 3 good beliefs and 3 bad beliefs that you have about black women, and where did they come from? I thought that was phenomenal. I thought that was a phenomenal question because it really gets to the core of what we believe. If we follow the media and pop culture and their ideas about black men and black women, we will hate each other. Let's be clear. And I want to say that many of the dysfunctions that we see are natural reactions to the ma'afa, the experience that we've gone through. So I'm not here to attack, finger wag, or blame. I'm here to hug and love and say in a sobering and real way, black men, you got to step up. Being 50 years old, and you, David Banner, you've been a multi-millionaire for years. Now, I get it that your promiscuity and the way you was living in the industry is a thing. But we got to grow out of that. You should have grown out of that 25 years ago, bro. Because your counterparts in the Asian community, whether it be Eastern Asian or South Pacific Asian, your counterparts in European society, your counterparts all over, they're building these bridges, these buildings, these things that you see, these schools, these cars. A lot of these things are designed and built by men who are in between 25 and 50 years old. So what are we doing? Yes, you dope. You got a dope catalog. You got a dope albums. And I'm not knocking art because art is a critical piece of culture. But there are many of us who have not been as fortunate as a David Banner per se, or any of your favorite artists or athletes. In fact, the majority of us are never going to reach that level because the system, it's not that we don't have that skill, but there's the system that controls entertainment and artistry is designed to pick out a few and then manipulate the mass who have that desire. And so my point here is that we have to grow up, bro. And a testament of us growing up is the relationships that we have with black women. It is the thing that proves whether we're men or not. Not how much you love your children, not how much money you got, not how many cars you got, not any of that. The thing in the matriarchal, not matriarchal, not patriarchal, but matriarchal consciousness of the universe that proves that we are true and living as the reflection of God is the way we deal with black women. So we have to lead this dynamic. And we have to lay out a plan and then execute the plan. Because at the end of the day, as we said in part 1, and as we say in all of our work, when we come together as black men and women, we're only coming together for one of 3 reasons. We're either looking for a mate, we're looking for a friend with benefits, or we're looking for a sexual conquest. And at this point in the game, most of us are close to death trying to celebrate the fact that we're now ready to get married. If you look at our lifestyles and the fact that most of us are out of here at 68, I would not wish that on David Banner or any of my brothers across the world. But let's just say, for the sake of illustration, he's out of here at 68. He got 18 years of his life left, and now he's looking for a wife. It's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. We are embarrassing ourselves before the world, and it has to stop. So if you are a brother out there and you're looking to really understand conscious courting, knowing how you could build a court, you could align your beliefs. Or first, you build a court, number 1. Number 2, you pursue. Number 3, align your beliefs. Number 4, align values. Number 5, you can vet properly. Then number 6, you commit. And then number 7, you build a community to help your relationship thrive. If you are a brother who's serious about the intimate relationship between black men and women, and you want assistance with that system, I have a simple system that can walk you through and make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's, and you don't listen to this European culture that says all you got to do is get money and you'll get the girl. A lot of millionaires have teary pillows trying to believe that, and it's a lot more you have to become, bro. So we got to grow up, man. And I'm here. Part of my mission in life is to help brothers with the art and science of black love culture. So if you need that help, I'm here for you. Until next time, as always, greeting you in peace and saying Nia Hakoma.